Welcome to the podcast. We love talking everything OpenClaw, Claude Cowork. These automation tools are literally taking over the world, and they're insanely useful. I have one on my side computer monitor right now that is filling out my TurboTaxes as we speak. I gave it all of my financial transactions that I made last year and talked with it to categorize and organize everything, and it is saving me so much work and brain damage. I do have to keep an eye on it, though, to make sure everything is pretty accurate, but I've been impressed so far. This is it's been amazing, saving me a ton of time. And we don't have a lot of time with taxes due coming up tomorrow. So um, today we wanted to talk about a specific story that was getting people a little bit riled up. The creator of OpenClaw, Anthropic, banned him from accessing Claude, and of course, it basically ignited a firestorm over on Twitter of people talking about closed source versus open source because right. So he originally created ClaudeBot, goes to OpenClaw because of Anthropic cease and desist. OpenAI acquihires him, brings him in, and kind of takes over the project. So the problem that we're seeing right now is Claude put out a new terms of service saying that if you have one of Claude's max plans or pro plans, they're kind of like their $100, $200 tier. You used to be able to use it for OpenClaw, but no longer. And the reason is kind of straightforward. I don't think it's too controversial if I'm being honest. A lot of people get quite riled about this and people probably mad at me. But like basically it's super subsidized. Like you're using 1,000 and I've heard quotes going up to $15,000 in tokens a month if you actually max out your plan every day, which I personally max out my plan every day. So I am getting my absolute money's worth out of my $200. And I mean, to be fair, they do kind of rinse you because they have an option to upgrade and buy more tokens. And I have purchased more tokens on top of that. So um, you definitely can max it out. But what they won't let you do is use that same plan to run your OpenClaw because technically now it's their competitor. It's OpenAI. A lot of people are kind of mad about this because they're like, look, you only get the subsidized tokens if you're in their platform. Well, duh, they're subsidized, in my opinion. But yeah, a lot of people are upset about this. And banning the creator of OpenClaw, while it was kind of like, it's sort of like a glitch, to be honest. Anyways, I got a lot of people upset. I want to go into all this. There's so much drama I want to dive into. Before I do, I completely forgot. We have to give a huge shout out, guys. If you haven't left a review on this podcast already, we have 95 reviews on Apple. We only need 5 more to hit 100. This is the one thing if you got any value out of this show over the years, or if you're a new listener, it would help so much if you could leave a review. We would love to hit 100 reviews. We're so close, 95. We can taste it. If you could help us get the last 5 reviews over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, that would be amazing. And then in addition to that, if you haven't already joined the AI Hustle School community, every week we drop an episode over there. It's $19 a month, and we share how we grow and scale our businesses using AI. Jamie this week broke down an entire episode showing how he created a call bot so someone can call his business and it's super low latency. It's incredible. It says everything and it directs people to book a discovery call with him. It's amazing. If you think AI is bad at answering phones or making calls, this is an incredible demo. So I'd go check that out. Jamie shows you how to set it up and how he's setting up for other businesses, making money doing that. Okay, let's talk about Jamie, I'd love to just kick this over to you because I've talked too long here. What are your thoughts on the OpenClaw creator ban?
Yeah, so Peter Steinberger posted on X that he said, yeah, folks, it's going to be harder in the future to ensure OpenClaw still works with Anthropic models. Then he posted a screenshot from Claude. It says, hello, an internal investigation of suspicious signals associated with your account indicates a violation of our usage policy. As a result, we have revoked your access to Claude. So, and then so anyways, I think he's stirring the pot a little bit. First of all, if he actually is now employed by OpenAI and working heavily with them, why is he using Claude? I don't know. That's my first question. But secondly, I think there's been, like Jaden said, there's been a lot of controversy around this decision of Anthropic to kind of throttle or not allow people to use OpenClaw with their Claude with Claude because of the token usage and basically people are having this thing run 24/7, doing all kinds of things. A lot of them, I'm guessing, are kind of AI slop as well. They're not really actually I think people just want to see what OpenClaw can do and then post about it on the internet. That's my theory. Anyways, I think Anthropic is probably losing money because of this, and so they're kind of cracking down on it. But so Peter Steinberger is now was banned. It said it only happened for a few hours, because he said later his account had been reinstated. So like you said, it might have been just a glitch or something. But either way, kind of a interesting story considering all that's been going on recently.
I also say like with this whole thing getting reinstated as well. Usually when you're a very high profile person that has been involved in a lot of high profile stuff, when you when you post about this, someone at Anthropic, it's their job to go and reinstate your account. So that's why I got
Yeah.
reinstated. If it was just a random person, I don't think it would have happened. What people were asking him about, because I thought he was using one of his subsidized accounts, I think it was literally just his API. So maybe it was a little sketchier and more nefarious than we think. It seems like he was just kind of regularly using the API like he should be, like it was inside of their terms and it got banned. Someone said, I hope you were making autonomous weapons or something like that. He said he was making really sharp claws. Um, Someone said, were you using Claude to make OpenClaw better or just using it for testing? He said, we constantly run E to E tests to ensure harness changes don't break with most common models. That's all my org and my key. So I mean, to your question, Jamie, of like why he was even using Anthropic when he works at OpenAI, since OpenClaw does work with any model, he was apparently just testing out switching. I don't know. Seems a little suspicious, but we'll go with the story. Then this is, I guess, the solution. Someone said, why not use a local adapter that uses CLI in the background? They won't be able to tell at all. You'll have to change up the payload a bit, but Paperclip has been chugging along fine doing this. And he said, we do that. Now, do I understand? I'm sure if you're a developer, you think I'm dumb, but do I understand what setting up a local adapter that uses CLI in the background is? No. Why did I talk about it on the podcast? Because if you run into this situation, copy and paste that comment and tell Claude Code to set it up for you or Claude Cowork, and it will. This is like literally my absolute favorite thing. And I'm sure I'm super annoying to many developers. You with Claude Cowork, because it can take control of your screen and just do things. And I'm sure there's ways to do this with OpenClaw, but it's not the one that I'm the most familiar with because I'm not quite as much of a power user, I guess I would say. But literally any technical thing that you see on Twitter or online where it's explained how to do something technical, sometimes it's articles, sometimes it's Twitter threads. I copy and paste the whole thing. I give it to Claude Cowork, and it just goes and implements it. So something that I think is amazing about this, and I think it's relevant because we're also seeing it's not just kind of this band story, but I think this is more of a story about these tools are getting more popular. Microsoft just came out and said that they're working on an OpenClaw like agent. So we're going to see something like that. We've seen a bunch of other people rolling this out as well. So I think this is, I mean, it's obviously the future. This is an incredibly useful use case. I'd be excited to see if OpenAI can get into this more. I'm not sure why they're not. And I guess hiring him is their way of doing it. But yeah, OpenAI agents built into ChatGPT was not the thing. And Claude Cowork, guys, I'm telling you, it takes control of your computer. It does everything. I have a side tab doing my taxes right now. And I've had it set up like 4 or 5 websites and SaaSes in the last 2 weeks, fully built out. It is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think this year, the year of the agent we talked about, and AI being able to actually complete tasks for you, is really like the new invention of the internet. It really is creating a lot of opportunity for both entrepreneurs, developers. Lots of people before up to this point. I feel like AI. We were talking about the new features that you could do, but a lot of times you still had to do. There had to be a human involved in completing a task. And now that you can automate all that, it's really opened up a whole new world. And so I think, yeah, the faster that these companies can get on board with making their own agent, the better chance they're going to have. I mean, it's amazing to see the Claude usage go up in the past 3 months, even compared to the past 12 months. It's because of their co-work essentially. So I think Microsoft is smart to be working on one. Yeah, it is interesting. OpenAI. I mean, I know OpenAI has some agentic features, but yeah, it seems like they haven't really released anything super revolutionary in a while. which, and unless I'm wrong, correct me. But yeah, it's interesting to see what they're doing right now.
Anyways, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into the podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure, as always, to go check out the school community where we drop all of the alpha and share the really exciting ways we're growing and scaling our businesses with AI. We'll catch you guys all in the next episode.